Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Miss Crocheting Coffee here, and today we are doing our whip and chat. So get out whatever it is you're working on and work along with me. I am still working on the little poop emoji from Diamond Art Home. I am having some popping drills with this canvas. I also am having gapping, which I'm not sure how you get gapping and popping drills at the same time. So I'm going to go back after I'm done with the canvas and check to make sure that I'm placing my drills correctly and that I'm not placing them out of place because, you know, I'm not really picky about how I place my drills. I don't think they have to be absolutely straight, but if it's causing the drills to pop, I will definitely go back and check just to make sure that it's not the error on me and make sure it's just if it is popping, that is because of the drills. I have found a couple of drills that were misshapen and too big and have knobbly bits. So I will be checking on that whenever I'm done. I hope you all are having a fantabulous day. So we are going to start off today by talking about when you spill drills. Now, if you've ever spilled your drills, which if you're diamond painting, you will spill them. If you haven't spilled them yet, don't worry, your time is coming. Everybody spills their drills at some point or one or another. If you don't remember, I spilled my drills for lose something whenever I was doing the unboxing. I had spilled like the entire bag of glow-in-the-dark drills all over my bathroom. Yeah, it has been, what, 2 weeks since I did that unboxing. You ever spill your drills and still find them? Like, it's like the ghost of their ancestors have come back to haunt you. I was going to the bathroom last night and I noticed something on my foot. And I'm like, what is glowing on my foot? Because, you know, unless I'm radioactive, I'm not sure why my foot would be glowing in the dark. Because when I go to the bathroom at night, I don't turn the light on because I know my house well enough that I shouldn't run into anything. So I am sitting here and I see something glowing on the top of my foot and I'm like, what is that? Like, did I drink something? Like, am I a Ninja Turtle now? So I go to turn the light on to see what it was because I'm thinking, hold up, is it a freaking lightning bug? Now, if you don't know what a lightning bug is, it's one of those bugs that glows at night during the summer. I call them lightning bugs. It's a southern thing, I guess. What do you guys call those bugs? Because I know there's another name for them, but I don't remember what it is. I know I call them lightning bugs. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I got a bug on my foot. Oh my God. Like, it's not a big deal, but it's like 2 in the morning and I'm defenseless and all I have on is like a shirt. So I'm sitting there like, I can't really kill it with my shirt. So I don't have any shoes or anything around. So I'm like, okay, turn the light on real quick. I turn the light on. It is the ancestor of the other drills that spilled that just, for some reason, I'm still finding the drills like in my bathroom. And I'm like, okay, I have cleaned this bathroom from top to bottom since then. And I'm still finding drills. I swear they're reproducing in my bathroom. It's a thing. Like, they literally are reproducing and they're like little rabbits. You don't see it, you blink, and then there's 100 of them. So I pulled the drill off my foot and I kind of put it in this little cup on my sink. Now, I have this little cup because I had been finding drills still from when I spilled them all over the bathroom. So I was just like, I'm just going to put it in the cup, going about my business. So I put it in the cup. And at this point, I think I have 20 drills in the cup. And I'm like, I don't know how I missed all these drills. Like, you think you cleaned up the drills well enough and you didn't. And then I go to lay down and I'm sitting there like, you know, at some point I really need to get to that painting to make sure I have enough glow-in-the-dark drills in case I need to borrow them off another painting. And I feel something on my leg. And I'm like, what is on my leg? Of course, you guys, if you don't know, Miss Coffee's super paranoid about bugs. The first thing I thought of, because I'm laying in bed and I feel something on my leg, the first thing I thought of, oh my God, do I have bed bugs? Yeah, my brain's a little extra. I understand these things. These are things we know about Miss Coffee. We're just going to move on. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, if I have bed bugs, I need to wake up Mr. Coffee. I need to strip this bed down. I need to spray it down with the righteousness of some Sterofab. So if you don't know, Sterofab is a chemical that is used from like rent-to-own places and stuff that kills bed bugs. Now, I've never had bed bugs, but there's been times where I thought I did. So I have a bottle of Sterofab, and come to find out it was just like a moth or something. So yeah, we're not going to judge Miss Coffee. Yeah, see how the drills are popping up here? I need to make sure I'm placing them down perfectly and it's not like, because there's a gap here Okay, let's get you down. Let me show you. There's a gap right here, as you can see, and the drills are popping. So what I'm doing is I'm scooting the drills over to fill that gap to see if that will stop the popping. Because sometimes popping can be caused because the drill placement isn't correct, and these are squares, so they are a little bit more finicky than rounds. So I'm going to do that to see if that's possibly the issue. Now, I don't recommend using your drill placer to do this, because this is how I break so many drill placers. But for right now, we're just going to do that, see if that works. Probably not, but anyways. And yet, like you can see, like right here, there's another big gap. That's because the drills are not the same size. So far so good. It doesn't look like it's coming back up. So yeah, so I'm still finding the ancestry drills all over my bathroom floor, and then I'm in bed and I feel something on my leg, and I'm like, you know, oh my God, I have bed bugs. Right as I was getting ready to get up, I feel it move because I'm rubbing my foot across my leg trying to figure out what it is. I'm feeling whatever it is move, and of course I'm like, yeah, it's a freaking bed bug. Oh my God, how did I get bed bugs? Who gave us bed bugs? Blah blah blah. I pull the sheet back and I see something glowing again. I'm like, what the hell? I go back into the bathroom to look. I have a glow-in-the-dark diamond stuck to my the calf of my leg. And I'm like, are you flipping kidding me right now? Like, seriously, like, how the hell did I miss that one? So I picked that one off and put it in the cup. And I'm like looking all over my legs. And at this point, I'm infested. My house is infested with diamonds. That's all I can think of, is my house is infested with diamonds. Forget roaches and rats and all that other disgusting crap that your house gets infected with. My house is infected by diamonds. So like the other day, Orion rarely ever comes out of his room. Okay, he's always in his room. He came out the other day, and on his leg I found a drill, and I'm like, "Have you been in my room?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Then what is this?" He goes, "Mom, they're everywhere." Now, I don't know how the drills get everywhere. Again, I think they're mass producing and not telling anybody. But I didn't take any drills out of, like, I don't take drills out of the living room unless I'm doing an unboxing, and then they're closed. So I'm not sure how they end up all over my house, minus the fact that they reproduce and then like they just travel my house all day. So at this point, I'm infested with diamond drills. So I went in his room and vacuumed up really good just to make sure like he didn't have any on his floor, because you can carry these things around like bugs. And so I vacuumed up the kids' rooms, my room, and the bathroom. And I'm still finding drills. I mean, I'm still finding little brown square drills from my Ariel painting, that Mandy Manzano painting with Eric and Ariel in the boat. If you remember that unboxing, I burst open drills when I went to go put the diamonds down, and I had to clean that up, and I'm still finding drills from that. So I'm like, at this point, these are either the ghostral ancestors of the drills that were spilled, or they're reproducing in my house like bunnies and then just traveling all over my house. Either way, I don't like it, and so I like went on like a deep clean yesterday. I tried to record my whip and chat yesterday, and what had happened was, right, so I recorded the whip and chat, and I was like, all right, I had the whip and chat ready. I had to record the sparkle or glitter, what was it, glitter everything unicorn. I had to record that video, and apparently when I went to go record that video, I went, because I had whenever I have to re-record a video, I have to delete. Well, I usually delete the video that I don't want to use to record a new video. Well, I did that, but apparently when I did that, I deleted the whip and chat too. So I was like, oh, Sonya Binya. So I had to re-record now my whip and chat. I'm not very happy about it, but it is what it is. I'm not very happy about it, mostly because I don't remember half the crap I said in the first one. So yeah, so this week, Mr. Coffee started school. If you didn't already know, Mr. Coffee is my husband. He is going back to school for mobile development. He is doing great. He got 100% on his first 2 assignments. He got to learn the joys of YouTube. I had to show him how to upload to YouTube and how to edit his video, to which he only said is, do you have to do this every time you upload a video? And I'm like, yes. And he goes, I could never be a YouTuber. I'm like, it's not that bad. Now, I don't do a whole lot of editing to my videos. Like, I put the beginning screen, the end screen, and like every once in a while some little emojis or something in the video. But then like to process it and get it up, it takes a bit. And Mr. Coffee's not exactly a patient person. I mean, I'm not patient either, but Mr. Coffee's really not patient when it comes to stuff like that. So like he's sitting there twiddling his thumbs and staring at the screen, and I'm like, you are aware that staring at that screen won't make it go any faster. He goes, no, but it makes me feel better. And I'm like, all right, whatever it takes, boo-boo, you do you. So he got to stare at the computer for 45 minutes as it uploaded his video to YouTube, and then he wanted to make sure that nobody else can see it, because he was just like, I don't want anybody else to see it. I'm like, nobody cares about you folding a paper airplane. Like, that was his assignment, was he had to take one of his classmates' homework assignments and follow the instructions to fold a paper airplane. And I'm like, I wish all homework assignments were this easy, because right now Maggie has also started summer tutoring. For those wondering how it's going awful. It's going awful. This morning she got to go to class and be a unicorn. Why? Because I woke up late this morning. I woke up at 7 o'clock. Now, okay, anybody else do this? You hear your alarm go off. You turn it off. You have all intentions of getting up. That alarm clock gets turned off. You roll your tail back over and go right back to sleep. Well, that's what had happened this morning. So I got up at 7 o'clock and I went to the bathroom and came back to bed. I don't know why I sat back down in bed. I shouldn't have, but I did. Anyways, I sat down and I was like, all right, I need to go take the dogs out, wake Maggie up, get her ready for class, because I don't bother with Orion because he'll wake up whenever he's ready to wake up. And that's just one less thing I have to worry about with him sleeping is, you know, him waking up and then needing me for a bunch of stuff. So I was like, I let him sleep, and then I guess Maggie started with her assignments for the day. And right now, because it's the first 2 days of school, they're doing a pre-assessment. Now, this pre-assessment they're doing is like 200 questions. Now, remember, Maggie is 7, okay? She's 7. She doesn't have a long attention span. Maggie has attention span worse than a goldfish, okay? So she is supposed to sit in front of this computer and answer all 200 questions. She gets to like the third question and she goes, Mommy, I can't do this. I'm like, honey, you can do anything. You can do anything you put your mind to. She goes, no, Mommy, I really can't do this. And I'm like, why not? I look at it and it's a word problem. And essentially she has to find the answer in the story that she had to read. Now, the reason why Maggie's going to summer school is because she needs help with reading. I want her to get a little bit more confident with reading so that she can read a little bit better. Well, as I sit down to look at what she's talking about, I realize that the reading assignment is 6 paragraphs, okay? 1, she's in 1st grade going to 2nd grade. And she did great in 1st grade. Don't get me wrong. She did great in 1st grade. She didn't really need summer school, but I told her teacher that I would feel better if I put her in summer school to help her get a little bit more confident with her reading. And her teacher agreed that she gets a little discouraged because the other kids can read a little bit better than she can. So I'm like, yeah, I just want to build up her confidence. So she's been reading, like we've been practicing her reading here at the house, but I wanted to take and put her in homeschool because I thought at the time that it was a good idea, until I remembered that for some reason these folks tend to work super early in the morning. So it wasn't like, oh, well, you know, homeschooling will start at 10 o'clock and then we can do our work. No, they want her up every day at 8:15 and in class to figure out what assignments she has to do for the day. And then she gets to go off and do her assignments. And then when she's done with her assignments for the day, she checks back in with the teacher to let her know she's done or to ask any questions that she might have. And then that's it. And I'm like, okay, look, listen. You get me up at 8:15 in the morning for a 10-minute conference. It's really starting to get on my nerves. Like, it's been 2 days. Well, then this morning, because I woke up late, class starts at 8:15. She got in class at 8:45. Now, she wasn't that late, and the teacher was still on, but they weren't really doing anything. The teacher was asking the kids if they had any problems with the work yesterday, and all 5 kids were like, yeah, there's 5 kids that are in Maggie's summer tutoring class. And all 5 kids had the same problem Maggie did. They couldn't understand the work. Now, Maggie gets really discouraged when she doesn't understand something. Like, she gets really upset and she beats herself up over it. And I try to tell her she doesn't have to. Well, even I was having trouble with the work that she was given. And I'm like, it was written very hard to understand. And I'm like, at my age, I shouldn't be having these issues. I'm not in first grade. Are you smarter than a first grader? I like to think so. I don't think so, though, but I like to think so. Because you ever looked at your child's schoolwork and you thought to yourself, am I smarter than my kid? Probably not. No, they're probably smarter than me. We can't let them know that. So you got to pretend like you know what you're talking about. Yeah, I had one of those moments yesterday when I'm reading this 6-paragraph dissertation, and then you have to tell them what page they talk about lions and tigers or something. And I'm like, is there a Carol Baskin section in here? I don't know. I don't know what section you're talking about tigers. Like, seriously, I just read 6 paragraphs. Now, again, Maggie's in first grade. Why do they have a first grader reading 6 paragraphs? So I message her teacher and I'm like, or I get back on with her teacher and I'm like, hey, look, Miss Farrell, this work seems a little bit harder and out of Maggie's age range for her to be doing. They're talking about illustrations and everything else. And Maggie looks at me and she goes, yeah, Mommy, what's an illustration? I'm like, it's a picture, but still, like, what's up with the really hard words and stuff? And she goes, oh, the pre-assessment has first, second, third, and fourth grade reading in it. Now, y'all, somebody answer me this question. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to a child that is struggling to read as it is? You're going to put work in there that is for older class, like more advanced classes, like second, third, and fourth. She's in first grade and she's struggling to read. And my dad had to explain it to me. He goes, they do that because just in case, on the off chance, it's not that she's struggling to read, it's just that she's bored with reading what she is reading. So they want to make sure she's right at the level she's supposed to be at. And she is, for her age range, she's at the level she's supposed to be at. She just isn't very confident. And then when she gets discouraged, she'll mess up on a word. And then once she messes up one word, the whole thing is just messed up. So I told her, don't even worry about it. I was like, I don't care at this point. And the teacher told her, if it's too hard, then just guess. Now, there's 2 things you don't do with the Maggie, okay? One thing is, you don't tell Maggie she's cute. If you want Maggie to do something for you, you never tell her she's cute. Now, I've never seen Maggie's homeschool or her summer teacher before. I don't think I've heard her name. I don't think I've seen her. So, like, this whole, like, summer tutoring thing is new. So, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, and the lady said she had talked to Maggie's teacher, Miss Bowden. And Miss Bowden had told her that Maggie does know how to read, but she does need a little bit of more confidence with her reading. And that's why she was coming to the program. And so I was like, okay, well, did Miss Bowden gives you the in and outs of Maggie? And she goes, what do you mean? You ever had, okay, I'm not the only person that's like this. Do your children come with an instruction pamphlet of things you should and shouldn't do to them, or things you should and shouldn't say to them, or what have you? Yeah, Maggie comes with an instruction pamphlet. The first thing it says is, don't tell Maggie she's cute. If you want Maggie to do anything for you, don't tell her she's cute, because the moment you tell her she's cute, she got you. You don't know what I'm talking about? Here you go. So the teacher said we're not allowed to help her with her schoolwork. All right, cool. So they said leave the room and let her do it on her own, because we need to assess where she is at, not where you're at. All right, cool. I got you. Well, we go log into class for the first time yesterday, and the first thing out of her teacher's mouth, oh my gosh, you are really pretty, Maggie. You're adorable. You should not have done that. Like, you ever see something bad about to happen and you're just like, oh no, you should not have done that. That's what that was. That was a uh-oh moment. And I say that because right as she told us, don't help the kids out. Don't read anything for them. I need them to try to do it on their own. And I go, okay. So I leave Maggie in the room by herself to work on her work. And I hear the lady's voice still going off. And I'm like, hold up. She shouldn't be still talking to her teacher, because her teacher hung up with us so that Maggie could get to work. Well, here, Maggie had called her teacher back and was telling her teacher that the words were too hard and she didn't understand them. So her teacher started reading the stuff out to her, to which she told me not to do. And I'm like, Miss Farrell, I thought we were not supposed to read to them. She's like, we're not. But Maggie was having such a hard time with this section of the quiz, and I just wanted to give her a little boost of help. And I'm like, she got you. This is why you don't tell Maggie she's cute, because she will use the cuteness against you to make you do stuff for her, which is what happens to everybody around us. And I told Miss Bowden the same thing, and Miss Bowden didn't learn it until right before school was out, that you can't tell Maggie she's cute. You just tell her she looks nice today or something like that. But you don't tell her she's cute, because the moment you tell her she's cute, it's all over for you. She has you wrapped around her little finger. She can get you to do pretty much anything. If you don't believe me, ask Paw Paw. So yeah. Anyways, so first day of homeschool was horrible. I was a little upset that they didn't tell us that the pre-assessment had all these extra classes in it. Like it was first, second, third, and fourth grade reading. And I'm like, my daughter barely can do first grade reading, and you want her to do like reading for that. I'm like, I don't see that happening. But good luck to you anyways. So yeah, so there was that. And then after Mr. Coffee got home last night, I was trying to explain to him what was going on with Maggie's class, because when he called yesterday, asking me, he called in the middle of the day to ask how schooling was going and stuff for Maggie, and I was like all upset and in my feelings, and I was like, it's horrible. They have this poor child in here doing math and reading for grades that aren't even her level. Now, she could do the math for the second grade level. Yeah, for the second grade level. And a couple of math problems for the third grade, but she couldn't do the fourth grade math. So if nothing else, we know she's advanced in math. But when it comes to reading, she's not as advanced. So I'm explaining to Mr. Coffee what's happening. I'm sitting here on the couch, and I see something out of the corner of my eye. Now, if you're new to the channel and don't know, don't worry, I'm fine. But I had a stroke a couple of months ago, okay? My memory has been affected. I have noticed that I have pretty much no short-term memory at all at this point. Like, I don't remember part of my days. Like, even sitting here right now, I'm sitting here going, did I give my kids their meds? I have to write down when I give my kids their meds so I don't try to overdose them, because I can't remember anything for, like, the short-term memory part of my brain. It's just like, nope, we give up. So, that hamster is taking a coffee break. So, I don't remember short-term stuff, so I have to usually write a lot of stuff down. But the other problem I'm having as well is that I still see random, like, floating things in my eyes. So I still haven't seen the ophthalmologist, which is an optometrist, but a deeper evaluated, like, ophthalmologist. So I saw something out of the corner of my eye as I'm talking to Mr. Coffee. I didn't think anything of it. I'm sitting up here just talking. It's like 9 o'clock. I had told Maggie to go to bed because she needed to get up early and she needed to get her rest. Now, take it, I wasn't expecting to oversleep as much as we did, but it's summertime, folks. I don't know. It's summertime. We don't get up early. My kids and I usually don't get up until 10:30, 11 o'clock on the weekends, or at all at this point, because they don't have school. So there's no point in waking up early for what? Exactly. So we sleep in, which is why a lot of the times when stuff happens in the group, I am not on the group to check it out until later in the, like, late morning, because I'm asleep. So anyway, out of the corner of my eye, I see something, and I'm like, okay, what is that? Like, what am I seeing? And so I'm talking to Mr. Coffee, and I see it, and it looks like a unicorn. And I'm sitting there going, hold up. You ever have one of those stupid brain moments where you're sitting there talking to yourself about something really stupid, and you're like, hold up. Do unicorns really exist? And if they do, why is there one in my house? I then see my fridge open, and I go, what the hell? Unicorns have hooves. They don't have hands. How did you open the fridge? I look up and see. Now, Maggie, for Halloween last year, was a unicorn. She wanted to be a rainbow unicorn. We made her a rainbow unicorn. We got her one of those little onesie outfits. Maggie essentially lives in this freaking thing. They're like her coveralls. She'll have on regular clothes, but then she'll put this unicorn outfit over it because she doesn't want to get her regular clothes dirty. So I stand up and I'm like, what the hell? Because it scared me for a second, because I'm like, unicorns shouldn't be real. Like, what the hell's going on in my house right now? Like, I know my house is a madhouse, but I don't think it's that mad. Like, come on now, give me a little bit of credit or something. Like, so I get up and I look and I see little feet. Now, of course, my brain was like, Maggie, why are you, like, in the refrigerator getting stuff? And she looks at me and she goes, I'm just getting something to drink, mama. And I'm like, Maggie, you were told to go to bed like 20 minutes ago. Why are you still awake? And she goes, I'm real thirsty, mama. On the cartoons, they get milk before they go to bed. She's like, a girl can't get some milk? I'm like, look here. Now, take it. Maggie doesn't usually like milk, okay? Maggie will not drink milk regularly. Maggie is one of those weird kids like Mr. Coffee. Like, I don't know if anybody else is like this. Mr. Coffee will not drink the milk from his cereal. He hates what he calls sweet milk. I hate the fact that he calls it sweet milk. And I'm Southern, so I'll drink that milk. But he won't drink that milk. He will pour it out. And I'm like, you're wasting milk. That's like $4.24 worth of milk you're wasting right there. Like, what are you doing with your life right now? You know how many bowls of cereal you eat in a week and how much milk you're wasting because you don't want to drink the sweet milk? And he goes, should I put it in a cup for you? And I'm like, no, I don't want it in a cup for me. But you're wasting all that good milk for nothing. Anyways, so I'm like, Maggie, you're not in jail. Like, she's saying it like she's in jail and she's sneaking commissary or something. Like, commissary, if you don't know, is the term they use for snacks in jail. So, don't ask me how I know, okay? I've had a rough life, folks. Anyways, so I'm like, Maggie, you can have a sip of milk, but then it's time to go to bed. Why this girl finds the biggest cup she can find in the cabinet and goes, all right, mama, I'm just going to take a long sip of this. She done filled a whole cup up full of milk. And I'm like, now go brush your teeth and she goes, I already brushed my teeth. I'm like, no, now you have milk sitting on your teeth and you're going to have like that rotten smell on your breath in the morning and you don't sleep with that in your mouth because that will mess up your teeth. She goes, oh, God dang it. I don't see the cartoons having to brush their teeth after they have milk before they go to bed. I'm like, it's a cartoon. It's not real. She goes, well, I know this, mama, but why is it that I got to brush my teeth all the time? They're all they're going to do is fall out anyways. Now, Maggie has a loose, wiggly tooth, so she is under the impression that she doesn't have to take care of her teeth because they're just going to fall out anyways. And I'm like, where I like your logic. Yet no, I'm not paying for any more expensive doctor visits or dentist visits for you. So we're just gonna have you brush your teeth. Now, out of all of us, Maggie has the best teeth. Ryan's had a couple of fillings. Mr. Coffee's teeth are really bad because he has hypoglycemia. And it essentially messes up your teeth. So he's in the process of having his teeth fixed. And then, of course, me, I just like candy. So I have like some teeth that are I have one tooth missing. And then my wisdom teeth are needing to be pulled. And why do they pull wisdom teeth? Asking for myself. That's a weird, like, did anybody ever think about that? Like, why are they pulling out, why do they take out your wisdom teeth? And why are they called wisdom teeth? Like, okay, I have questions, folks. I have questions. Anyways, so Maggie has a loose tooth, and she's under the assumption that she doesn't have to take care of her teeth because they're just going to fall out of her head anyways, and she doesn't care. So, yeah, she's one of those kids that will pretend like she brushed her teeth by wetting her toothbrush and then standing in the bathroom making noises. I guess she's trying to do it to try to make us think that she's brushing her teeth when in reality we know she's not brushing her teeth. I'm like, when you come say goodnight to me and your breath smells like an old dumpster juice and hot cheese in the summer sun, that tells me that you didn't brush your teeth. Because I'm sorry, Crest did not get a new flavor, and it is not old dumpster juice and old cheese that's been sitting in the sun all day. I'm like, I can tell when you haven't brushed your teeth. And then she'll look at me and be like, fine, I'll go brush my teeth. Come on, Elmo. Now, on their echoes, there's a toothbrushing song that plays 2 minutes of Elmo singing about brushing your teeth. And she'll listen to that when she brushes her teeth. So that's why she said, come on, Elmo. So, yeah. Take it. Stay hydrated out there, folks. Got my little French vanilla coffee this morning. All right. So, let's talk about bad luck. Does anybody believe in bad luck? Like, do you believe that, like, are you superstitious, I should say? I'm superstitious, but I also believe in, like, the juju. Like, you get that bad juju. I'm not about the bad juju, okay? That's why I like doing good things. Speaking of good things, I sent 18 pounds worth of diamond paintings off the other day. I felt pretty good, and I got more room for more paintings that are coming in, so I'm pretty proud of myself right now. Anyways, so I have this bad thing right now. Mr. Coffee was telling me that, you know, maybe I should start thinking about buying the kids summer clothes now, or their next clothes for next year. Maybe I should start thinking about buying them now instead of waiting until right before school starts. And I'm like, okay. He goes, well, why don't we get some more clothes at Old Navy because they seem to have really good prices. Now, if you don't remember, before my kids got off of school for spring break, I had bought them $400 worth of clothes from Old Navy. Okay, they each got 2 new pairs of shoes, a bunch of pants, a bunch of shirts, new socks and drawers. All right. They got those. They came in right before spring break, so like a day or two before spring break. They didn't wear any of the outfits yet, and I'm thinking after spring break, they'll wear their new outfits to school because Orion was getting a little chubby in the waist area apparently, and so he needed new pants. And Maggie, for some reason, Maggie is lopsided. Now, if you have kids, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't have kids, listen up. Here we go. Maggie's lopsided, meaning her legs are a size 7. Her waist is a size 5. So it's hard trying to shop for pants for Maggie because she's so little that the clothes, if she jumps good enough, she ain't got no clothes on. So I bought them new clothes before school stopped for spring break, and then they never went back because of the virus and everything. Well, I now refuse to buy stuff at Old Navy. I feel like it's bad luck. They have bad juju. And why do I say that after one incident? Because it's not just one incident. When I lived in Harrisburg, or when I lived in Pennsylvania, my mom took my kids and I to go get school clothes for the kids at Old Navy. It was a nice, bright, sunshiny day. We were out shopping. We were having a good time, spending time with my mom. And the next thing you know, right as we check out, a huge thunderstorm comes and rolls in, stays around for about 30 minutes. We're stuck in Old Navy with no power because it turned their power out. We're stuck in Old Navy, and I'm like, well, why don't we just run out to the car and go home? Well, I go to run out to the car. I was in flip-flops because, again, it's summer. I tripped and fell in the water and ended up dropping 2 bags worth of clothes in the rain. Yeah, it wasn't a fun day for me. And then when this happened with Old Navy, and they send me coupons all the time. They're like, you've earned this many points to get this for free or something. And I'm like, look, no. Old Navy, I like you. I like your clothes. They're good quality clothes, but you got the bad juju on me. I don't appreciate it at all. Like, no, I can't buy from you right now. Like, you ever have bad luck buying from a store, but you like buying from them because they have good products, but there's always something that goes wrong. That's how I feel with Old Navy right now, and I'm not ready to commit to going back to Old Navy right now. So for right now, I'm like, yeah, I'll look for them clothes at JCPenney's, but I can't do Old Navy right now. They got the bad juju on me or something. Oh, also, if you were in my live on Friday, thank you guys so much for helping me raise that money for the Black Lives Matter movement. Again, as I've stated numerous times before, I don't support and condone the violence and them tearing up people's workplaces and them burning down buildings and taking, people's jobs away and being violent. Or I don't support any of the rioting and looting. I support the peaceful protesters and what they're trying to accomplish. And so we raised $1,000 in live on Friday night to go towards the Black Lives Matter movement, which again, thank you guys so much for donating. Thank you for signing the petitions and doing what you have to do. Again, if you missed live and you still want to donate or sign petitions or help out, I will have it linked down in the description box below. But one of the things I asked you guys was, what do you guys think about me being an affiliate with All Dashing? Now, if you don't know what All Dashing is, but you've been sitting in this video going, oh my God, Miss Coffee, your nails are gorgeous. Yes, they are. Thank you. All Dashing is press-on nails. Now, I've never used press-on nails until now, and I absolutely love them. So these are the All Dashing nails. I actually just got a couple orders in yesterday, and I asked you guys in live. So here are a couple of the new sets I got. Yeah, the big gaudy diamonds on them. Yes. So these are the All Dashing press-on nails. And I asked you guys in live, what do you guys think about me becoming an affiliate? Now, becoming an affiliate isn't like selling Jamboree or Color Street or Avon or Mary Kay. I don't have to do anything. Essentially, I leave a link in my description box for you guys to go save money on your sets if you decide to buy a couple of sets for yourself or friends or for girlfriends or what have you. Because there are guys that watch my channel, and you don't have to be a female to enjoy press-on nails, okay? You can give them to a female. Like, maybe you know some females that, hey, I see your nails look a little busted. Here's some All Dashing press-ons. Try those out. Anyways, so I asked you guys what you guys thought about me being an affiliate, and a lot of you were like, yes, 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 do it. Some of y'all were wondering what the hell an affiliate was. So what an affiliate is I put the link in my description box. If you use my link in my code, I get a small commission off the sale. So I have signed up to be an affiliate with All Dashing. I'm pretty excited about it because I will not back something that I would not use myself. And so I have no intention on stop using this company unless something like really major happens. But all the nail sets I've gotten so far have been really good. And I'm really digging these matte nails. So I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm totally totally going to just sign up for the affiliate ship. So I did sign up for the affiliate ship. So I will have that link and my code in the description box. Again, if you use the code in the link, I will make a small commission. But if you use the code in the link, you will get buy one, get one half off. So if you are wanting to take advantage of that, there you go. They did extend that coupon out so that you guys could use it. So thank you in advance if you decide to use it. And if you already have sets coming, show them off. Let me see them in the group. If you're not part of the group Crafters Anonymous with Miss Crocheting Coffee and Rachel Ray, please feel free to join. Just don't forget to answer the 4 questions. Answer the 3 questions and then agree to the rules. And then it will automatically put you into the group. If you forget to answer one of the questions, or if you don't answer any of the questions, it will delete your request because of the fact that you didn't answer any of the questions. So that was my first bit of good news for this week. So I did sign up to be an affiliate with them. I'm pretty excited. Also, this morning I was walking the dogs. It's been a crazy morning as it is. Killian tripped me up. If you didn't know, Killian is still mad at me for locking him outside. If you missed that story, it was in my whipping chat last week, which I will put up in the eye. Yeah, last week I accidentally locked Killian outside. Okay, I didn't mean to. It was an accident, and he's still holding a grudge. So, have you ever seen your dog lay on the floor and you go close to them and they stick their foot out, and you don't know whether they're trying to like get your attention to pet them or to trip you up? I'm highly convinced that this dog is trying to kill me at this point. This dog has tripped me up 3 times since Friday night, and I'm like, what the hell? So this morning, I'm sitting here and I go, oh snap, I need to get the dog some fresh water. So I go and grab their water dishes and I take them over to the sink to go fill them up. Now, as I fill them up, I will take them back over. Now, there's 2 food dishes, 2 water dishes. I have 2 dogs, so that's how we do. So I fill up the 1 water dish, and Killian's laying like kind of right in front of where I put their water, because it's on a tray. They sit on a tray so that they don't have the water dishes scooting all over the floor. So I put the water dish down. Killian kind of looks at me like I woke him up, and how dare you wake me up? And I'm like, oh, sorry, pup. And I go back over to the sink, not thinking anything of it, just minding my own business, right? So I'm going over to the sink. I get the second thing of water. Now I'm sitting here, and I'm trying to be careful walking because, of course, the water thing is full, and I don't want to spill it. So I'm trying to be super duper careful. I literally watched this dog side-eye me, throw his foot out as he side-eyed me, and he tripped me up, and I ended up running into the wall. And when I ran into the wall, essentially I just dumped the water on myself because I was holding it like this. And when I tripped, I went like this. I flicked my arms up, and I literally just doused myself in water, to which he doesn't even flinch. He just sits there. He got water spilled on him too. He just laid there and then looked at me like, that's what you get. And I'm like, did you just trip me up? And then when I asked him, did he trip me up? He gets up, shakes off, and then goes and sits on the porch. And I'm like, this freaking dog's trying to kill me. This dog is out for murder. Like, what is going on with this dog? He's been crop dusting me all weekend. He tripped me up this morning. He nipped at me yesterday because I wouldn't get up fast enough to take him outside. Like, this dog hates my life. So I tried to make it up to him. I gave him a big, like, bone. And it's, I don't know, we got it from Albertsons. It's one of those little dog bones, but it's one of those really big bones that looks like it came from a dinosaur or something. So I gave him one of those yesterday, thinking I was gonna, like, you know, be free and clear because, oh look, mommy gave me a bone, we're good now. Wrong. He don't care. He really don't care. Killian is still side-eyeing me. He's still giving me issues, and I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it at all. I'm like, if it wasn't for the fact that I gotta feed and water Daisy too, I wouldn't feed and water you right now. I'd make you wait until Daddy gets home since you love him so freaking much. And then last night I had to de-shed the dogs because it's that time, folks. It's that time where you have to de-shed the dogs, and I had to make sure that, you know, they weren't sprinkling their doggy glitter all over the house. And I have 2 dogs that shed heavily, so I'm constantly outside brushing them on the porch. So I'll put on shorts and I'll go out on the porch with them and I'll brush them off and let the wind take it away. Because I figured I don't clean up the dog fur just because I know the birds will use it to make nest. So I'm like, if anything, I'm helping the environment by having the birds take the fur away so that the babies have a nice, warm, soft place to lay whenever they have babies. This is me doing my thing for the environment. Don't worry about that bird that we killed in a dryer last week that we had to have maintenance come out and get. We're not going to talk about that. We're just going to talk about how we're helping the environment. We're not going to talk about the bad things we're doing to the economy. Like, yeah, I had another bird in my dryer vent, didn't realize it, and apparently he cooked to death because I had dried 2 loads of laundry before I realized that I was smelling something weird in the laundry room, and had the maintenance guy come in, and he goes, yeah, you had another bird. I'm like, y'all think about capping off or putting a mesh net over the vent so that the birds stop flying into my dryer vent? I'm getting like really, really upset here now. Like it's getting pretty like upsetting that every time I turn around and do laundry, I have to worry about if I'm cooking a small bird in there. Like and all I can think of is the old cartoons where when they would think about cooking when Tom would think about cooking Jerry, he'd have him on that little thing over the fire. Essentially, that's what I'm doing, except for with the dryer, and the dryer's heat is blowing all over this bird and cooking it. I feel so bad. So bad. And no wonder the dogs kept trying to get into the laundry room. Now I feel even worse. Anyways, so it is now getting nicer outside. Oh my God, I love it. Summer weather is finally upon us. I am so excited. The one thing I'm not excited about, gangsta bugs. Now, if you don't know what a gangsta bug is, it's when you go outside and you see a bug so big, it looks like it's about to pull up a chair next to you and go, hey, is this seat taken? So we have gangsta bugs here in North Dakota. If you don't know what gangsta bug we have here in North Dakota, I used to have to worry about stink bugs. Now, if you don't know what a stink bug is, that's from I don't know if they're just down south or they're just eastern or how this works, because I haven't seen one since I moved from Pennsylvania. But a stink bug is a bug that when you step on it, it smells like hot. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. It smells like hot ass and old garbage. Okay, that's what it smells like. I'm sorry if you're offended, but that's what it smells like. It offends my nostrils whenever I killed one. So yeah, if that offends my nostrils, then I'm gonna offend you if you don't like cursing. So yeah, so I haven't had to deal with stink bugs, but here we have mosquitoes. Mosquitoes that look like small children. Yeah, like literally you can see them flying when you're driving. You can see them flying when you're walking. These are gangsta bugs. These gangsta bugs, you can bug spray on yourself, and essentially all you're doing is marinating your skin for them. They don't really care about the bug spray. They do have like super industrial bug spray here because the mosquito situation is so bad. And I don't know what's worse, ticks or mosquitoes, because I mean, yeah, obviously ticks are worse, but we've seen one tick here since we've been here. They don't get a whole lot of ticks here. One, I think you have to have trees. The first time I'm ever happy to not have that many trees. Good God. But yeah, so I'm not excited about the mosquitoes because I saw one yesterday and it was trying to bite me through my jacket. That's how gangsta these things are. Now, you heard me just say summer weather and jacket in the same sentence. Yes, that's because Mother Nature here is bipolar, just like Miss Coffee. And some days she's hot, some days she's cold. She don't know what she's doing from one day to the next. All she knows is that she wants my child. Now, for the past couple of days, it has been extremely windy outside. Windy to the point where it snatched my weave right off my scalp. I had to take my weave off and readjust because I was outside walking the dogs, and she decided, no, you don't need this wig. Let me take this for you. She took it and snatched it right off my skull and then tried to have it run down the sidewalk, tried to make me look all crazy in the face. And I was like, Mother Nature, not today, Satan. I will not be out here in these streets looking all crazy. So I went ahead and snatched my weave back from Mother Nature because she was trying to steal it. And then I was thinking to myself, because Maggie wanted to come outside and play. And the last time I let Maggie go outside to play when it was windy like this, I told her she had to ride her bike. Something that she was holding on to that was heavy so she wouldn't blow away. The moment she steps foot outside, she gets bolted in the head by a tumbleweed. You just see, like, I see her climb over the rail, and she starts running down the grass to get to the sidewalk, and you just see this little tumbleweed is probably like, I don't know, yay big. But it was moving pretty quick, and you just see it move, and then it jumps up and like hits her right in the side of her neck and her head, and she just falls over, and she's like, Mommy, the tumbleweed. Look, I can't help you right now. I can't save you. I'm on the other side of the balcony. Get up, brush yourself off. You're good. Let's go. So she's being attacked by the tumbleweeds. Sorry about that. I realized I mixed up a couple of drills. Wanted to separate them before I forgot which drill goes with what. This canvas has a lot of irritating symbols. They have the up, down, left, and I think they also have the right. They're all brown colors. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 shades of brown just right here. And I mixed up 2 of the colors here. I mixed up this one. Luckily, there's not a lot in there, but I can get to that later. I'll remember that I mixed them up and just work it out of the bag if I have to. Anyways, so Maggie's outside. Mother Nature's attacking her with tumbleweeds, and then I'm like, I can't save her because at this point, I'm in my like day clothes, but my day clothes on the weekends, especially on the weekends, I don't got no bra on, okay? The highlights of righteousness are out, and I don't really want to go out there with Mother Nature and trying to jump over a rail to go save my daughter from a tumbleweed, and then she catches it and goes, "Mommy, can we keep it?" No, it's not a small pet. It's a dry sage bush. We're gonna need you to put that down and wash your hands before you go back outside and play. And I'm like, "What are the rules when you go outside?" And she goes, "Wash your hands, don't touch your face." There you go, good girl. And then she goes, "Mommy, the mailman's here." And so I had to go check the mail. And at this point, I have been living here for so long that my mailman has already seen the headlights of righteousness. And at this point, I don't care if he sees them or not. It's hot, folks. It's hot. I don't have time to be dealing with the sweater puppets and I don't like the fact that my boobs have to feel oppressed into my bra because I'm trying to be decent and not show the headlights of righteousness. If you come to my house in the summertime, especially if I don't know it, you will probably see the headlights of righteousness. And I tell my husband all the time, if you're going to bring people home, you better say something, because if not, they will be blinded by the headlights of righteousness. If you don't know what the headlights of righteousness is, it's nipples, folks. Okay, it's nipples. Look, it gets too hot out here to be wearing bras, and my friend's like, "Oh, I have to put deodorant on all over the place so I don't smell like whatever." And I'm like, "Look, listen, that's your struggles. Everybody has their own struggles when it comes to the heat. Mine, my boobs, I don't like having them in bra in the summertime. I really don't. I wear tank tops a lot of the times, and the girls are part of the itty bitty titty committee, so I don't really have to worry about wearing bras too much. But then again, the one thing you have to worry about is the headlights of righteousness. But then again, at some point, I don't really give two flying craps, because again, if you come to my house, especially if you're uninvited, and you see the headlights of righteousness and you feel some type of way, well, imagine that's how I feel about you showing up at my house uninvited. Anyways, so I go out and check the mail, and the mailman's like, laughing because there's like a little Maggie has this little rope it's not a rope really. It's like a paracord bracelet that her dad made her. Now, the paracord bracelet is attached to her arm, which is attached to her bike. And the mailman was like chuckling. He goes, "Oh, Maggie, I was wondering if you had your little rope on today." Now, he knows what the rope is for. The rope is for whenever it's windy outside, just so Maggie doesn't blow away. She ties herself to her bike. She came up with the idea, by the way. We didn't come up with that idea. We're not like sitting over here tying our children to inanimate objects, hoping that they don't get blown away. No, Maggie asked, at first she asked, could she be a kite? And then she said, "Mommy, can I get a bracelet to put on so that I don't float away with the wind?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So Mr. Coffee made her a paracord bracelet that is attachable to anything that she's playing with outside, so she doesn't lose it or forget that it's out there. There has been numerous times, though, since she got her little bracelet that she has tried to run away from her bike, and it didn't go very well. So we have to watch her on that aspect. But yeah, like, now that it's getting warmer outside and it's time for summer activities, Mr. Coffee is going to be having his next set of days off here really soon. I'm pretty excited because we're going to go to the south end of the Badlands and go hang out. We just have to make sure that everything's cool, because Maggie's little program only lasts for 3 weeks. Now, Mr. Coffee will get to experience her little program this time because he will be home to experience it. He does not get to escape out of homeschooling for the summer. So he will be home for the first half, but we have to make sure that his homework and stuff is done for that, or for this week, actually, because his last day of work is tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Yeah, I think it's tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 10th. Yeah, because today's the 9th. I'm recording this because, again, I deleted my other video. So today's the 9th, so his last day of work is Wednesday, and then he'll have off for his 10 days, and we're going to go out to the Badlands on the south end and go walk around there. Pretty excited about that. We also talked about going to the trampoline park with the kids if they behave at the Badlands, which I don't see them misbehaving. We're not going to tell them that they're going to the trampoline park either because, yeah, we went to go look at the rates at the trampoline park, and all I can think of is my kneecaps and my bladder. I can't jump with the kids, and Mr. Coffee has the bad ankle from last year. If you don't remember or you weren't here, Mr. Coffee fractured his ankle last year right before we went down to Pennsylvania to go grab Minna, and yeah, so his ankle is all weird and poppy, and it makes weird sounds now. It sounds like he's beatboxing when he's walking around the house at night. So we can't jump with the kids, but we can go and let them do it. Plus, to jump, it's $15. Is it $15 for 30 minutes? I think it's $15 for every 30 minutes. And I'm like, look, y'all got 30 minutes to jump. We're just gonna say that right now. Y'all got 30 minutes to jump because it's gonna get hella expensive in here. And Mr. Coffee's sitting over here pouting. He's like, I want to go jump with the kids. I'm like, you cannot, like, anybody else have a husband that thinks that, like, he's a giant man-child and that he wants to do the same thing the kids do? That's Mr. Coffee all day, every day. Also, Mr. Coffee is also Satan. Question of the video, if I haven't asked you enough questions. Are you an over or under when it comes to toilet paper? Look, this is why I ask. I know I'm all up in your business, but look, listen. I go to the bathroom the other day. Now, he changed the rollout because he was the last one in the bathroom before it ran out. He changed the rollout. But me and Mr. Coffee are complete opposites, okay? Where I like to put the roll where it comes from underneath the roll, where you just pull it down and rip it off. He likes it over the top, where you have to pull it from the top and then rip it off. Look, listen, we have gotten into most of my marital fights are about toilet paper and the way he puts it on the roll. It drives me absolutely insane. Are you an over or an under? What kind of satanic person are you? Mostly because if you put your toilet paper on over, why would you do that? Why do you do that? No. So yeah, so like I was like, what kind of satanic person are you? And he goes, excuse me? I'm like, what kind of person puts the toilet paper over in the bathroom? Now take it. It must be a guy thing, which it can't even be just a guy thing, because Mama Vapes and Diamond Paints, she's new here on YouTube. Mama Vapes and Diamond Paints is one of my good friends here, and she said it must be a thing with her too, because she's an over. And I'm like, look, I love you, but I'm about to question our relationship right now, because I don't believe that you're an over. How are you being an over? I need you to be an under, okay? I need you to be an under with me. I can't have you doing all this extra stuff with the over. I can't do it, because then in the middle of the night when I'm half asleep, I don't have time to be chasing the toilet paper around because it's stuck to the top of it and I can't get a hold of it and it's too dark to try to see anything. And then I got to turn on the light and blind myself. No, I need you to be an under. And she's like, I'm an over. Look, Mama Vapes and Diamond Paints, you're supposed to be on my side here, okay? You're my YouTube friend, not his. Don't chum up to Mr. Coffee. So yeah, so are you an over or an under? Answer that question down in the comments. Anyways, I was looking on Facebook, and there was this little meme. It said, I feel like 2020 is the year that we get the Oompa Loompas, and every month they should come out and sing a song to us about a lesson we should have learned that we didn't. And I'm like, yeah, because at this point, I don't want to say what else can happen, but good God, this has been one hell of a year, hasn't it? Oh my gosh, does anybody else feel like this year, like, I feel like this year needs to pull over and let me out of the car, like, let me go live my life, because I ain't got time for this anymore. Like, every time I turn around, there's something new, something different, something going on, and I'm like, I haven't seen this much action and I don't know how long. Like, what is going on? The world is like crumbling or falling apart or something. Like, all I know is I want out. I tried to cancel my 90-day subscription. They were like, no, I now want to be let out of this ride in this roller coaster, because I am done. I am so done with 2020. The good thing is we're halfway through the year, but good God, this has been a hell of a year. What was it? I don't remember what happened in January. February is when the coronavirus got really bad in the U.S., and then April or March is when they started closing things down and people were losing their jobs and teleworking. And I'm sorry, if you work at Pizza Hut, I don't want you teleworking, okay? I need you to deliver me pizza still. So like, whenever we would order pizza, I'm like, look at you. You're essential. Like, I need you to be essential enough to bring pizza to my house still. Like, I still love you. You can drop it off at the door. Like, that's their new thing now with Pizza Hut, is their contactless delivery. I think Domino's does it too, where they will just drop your food off on the ground, and then they ring the doorbell, and then they run as fast as they can away from your door, and they're like, there's your pizza. Like, I'm like, no, special instructions. Throw my pizza at me as you're driving past. Boom, I got it. Yeah, no, they apparently won't do that. The lady called me, and she goes, we can't literally throw your pizza at you. I'm like, all right. Yes, I did actually write throw my pizza at me, because I literally watched the lady that afternoon deliver pizza to one of my neighbors. She put it on their porch and literally ran away. And then, like, when they opened the door, she turned around and she goes, there's your pizza. And I'm like, oh, sweet Lord. She's like, I'm not even waiting to see if you give me a paper tip. Just put it on the receipt. I'm out. Like, things got crazy here, but now that things are starting to open back up, that's why we were thinking about taking the kids to the trampoline park, because it was closed. It was partly closed too because there was a car in it. Let me explain. There was an accident or something up here right before the virus hit. Right before the virus hit, and they started trying to close stuff down here. Which by the time they got stuff closing down here in North Dakota, or especially in the part where I live, by the time they started closing things down, it started opening things back up again. So like, it's like the businesses around here weren't really that badly affected. But there were some businesses that were like really, like mostly oil was affected, not really like Pizza Hut or anything like that. And again, I need that essential worker to bring me my food, and I make sure to tip them very heavily because you're out here risking your life to bring me a pizza. The least I can do is throw you a couple of bucks to say thank you for risking your life because I'm not even willing to risk my life to go get my own food. So yeah, that's what kind of week it's been this week. I hope your week is a little bit better. I have so much stuff I need to do, so much cool stuff I'm going to show you guys. I will also be hosting a giveaway for some Arteza products, so stay tuned for that. I should have more details on that coming up either later this week or next week. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed the whipping chat. The last story I'm going to tell you before I leave is what happened to us this morning with the police department here. Now, I know you're probably thinking, oh no, Miss Coffee, are you okay? I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine. So is Orion. Now he is. All right, so what happened this morning was I was walking the dogs, or it was later this morning, because I had to wake him up, and he likes to come with me. So I went to go walk the dogs. No, not this morning, yesterday morning. Anyways, I went to go walk the dogs, and Orion was with me, and we see a cop pull up to the stop sign. Now, if you don't remember or you weren't in my live, Orion has been afraid because he's scared that if he goes outside to play, he's going to get killed by a cop. I explained to Orion that this was not going to happen. This was just, whatever. And she goes, well, those people probably didn't think it was going to happen either. Remember, I have a very smart 9-year-old in my house. He even went as far as to ask our Echo if Black Lives Matter. And he goes, well, why are some people not wanting us to have the same stuff that everybody else has? And I'm like, well, honey, just like, I'm like, you know how there's good kids at school and then there's the bad kids at school? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, it's the world outside of school and stuff is just like that. There are good people and there are bad people. Not all cops are bad. Well, this cop pulls up to the stop sign and I could see Orion's, like, he gets real hesitant and he kind of like slows down walking. He kind of walks behind me. The cop pulls up beside us on the sidewalk and he goes, I have to say, I watch you walk these dogs every day and those are some beautiful dogs. And I was like, well, thank you. And he goes, what's your little guy's name? And I'm like, oh, his name's Orion. So I'm like, yeah, his name's Orion. He's a little scared right now, to be honest. And he goes, with everything going on, he goes, I, whatever. So the cop bends down and he like gets down on Orion's level and he's like, hey, little dude, you okay? And he goes, you're not going to hurt me and my mommy, are you? And the cop goes, no, I wouldn't do that. He goes, I'm one of the good ones. Don't worry. You don't have to worry about that here. Because here, we don't have any bad ones. We only have good ones. We make sure of it. And Orion's like, really? And he's like, yeah, we won't let anything happen to you, dude. He goes, plus, I see your mommy every day with these dogs. What are your dogs' names? And he starts talking to Orion and trying to ease his mind that, not all cops are bad. And he was all excited. And he got like a little lollipop from the cop. And I told the cop, thank you for talking to him because, I've been trying to explain to him that not all cops are bad. And he's like, well, we appreciate your support. And, I'm like, look, I'm all for equality and everything else, but I'm also for law enforcement and doing what's right. And I was raised around law enforcement my entire childhood. So I'm like, I have been brought up to respect the law and everything else. And I'm like, I've had my run-ins with the law. Don't get me wrong. I'm not an angel. But I'm like, I did explain to him that, when we need them, that they're there for us, even if we don't like, what is going on right now. And he I thanked him for his service and everything, and he drove off. And the reason I tell you that is because this was the moment I got to tell my son, not all cops are bad. There are some bad ones. Don't get me wrong. There are some bad cops, but not all cops are bad. We don't have to fear the police. They're here to help us, not to hurt us. And even though you see on TV, because Orion does watch the news. I don't watch the news. Orion likes to watch the news. He likes to stay informed, I guess. I'm like, no matter what you see on TV or whatever, not all cops are bad. There are some good cops out there that just want to make a difference and want to help out. And Orion, for the first time ever, said, Mommy, I think I want to be a cop when I grow up. And I was like, dude, if that's what you want to do, you do your thing, boo-boo. If you want to be a cop, you be a cop, okay? And I'm like, just make sure you're one of the good ones. He goes, like that guy? I'm like, yeah, like that guy. He goes, do I get the cool sunglasses? Yeah, you get the whole get up, dude. You get the whole get up. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can call the police department to see if I can take the kids over so that they can meet the cops, so that they're not afraid. Maggie's not afraid. Maggie essentially, like, she was talking to Minna the other day, and Minna was like, Maggie was sitting in the dark, and they have blackout curtains in their room, and Minna asked Maggie, you know, aren't you scared of being in the dark? And she goes, no. And Minna goes, why not? I'm like, she's like, because I am the monster in the dark. And I'm like, yeah, that's totally true. Anyways, with that said, folks, that's it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw and you're not subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. Hit that subscription button and the bell to be notified anytime I randomly decide to put up a video. And believe me, it's random. But with that said, I must now bid you adieu. But not before reminding you, like I always try to be kind, be courteous, be cool. Bye, guys.